This is the Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Southtown Hyundai. Check out the Southtown Hyundai Advantage at southtownhyundai.ca.
It's time for Overrated Underrated with Ryder and Lisa.
Underrated, saying no to things. Oh, it's just so exhilarating. Sometimes I say no even if I want to go to something. Because it's just
to get that rush?
Yeah, but you don't even have to explain yourself. That's being an adult. Whereas before, I'd always feel like, I have to go to these things or everyone will be mad at me.
Okay, but
I'll
hold
be really
on a
anxious.
second. There are
no
guys that are in relationships right now, and if they said no to what they don't want to go to, I'm just speaking on behalf of guys because that's all I know. Like to the in-laws or to like your friend's birthday gathering at a restaurant you don't really like, you can't just say no.
Why not?
Because I've been there. You just can't say no. You just go. It makes more sense to go. So I wish that your overrated, underrated was accurate, but I feel like not the case.
I say no often. Just recently, too, and it feels so good.
Hey, are you talking about that birthday dinner I invited you out to? You're bragging about saying no to that?
Yeah. Just a hard no. I'm not interested.
I will agree it does feel pretty good, though. I'll give you the green light on that being underrated is saying no to things. Mine is also underrated today.
Okay.
And it's getting kids to try to use technology that they've never had in their life.
Okay, it's so funny that you say that. I just saw a tweet that was going viral on Facebook. Like, you know how people screenshot tweets and those go viral? And it said, I just told my kid that we used to have to pay 10 cents to send a text message, and now they think I'm a liar. Like, kids have no idea. And we had no idea, too, when we were kids and our parents were like, oh, we had to walk
right
both ways.
So, like, if you go to your parents' place, over Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever, and they still have the TV with the VCR downstairs, I suggest you get your kids to try to figure out how to use it. Because I got my daughter trying to use a rotary phone that they had on the wall in my buddy's cabin, because there's no cell reception there. So they need a phone. There it is. Watching her just struggle with this thing. Here's just a little bit of the audio from it.
I hang up.
Yeah, like that. Yeah. Try again. 1. No, that wasn't 0. That's 0 again. Hang up. Try again. You gotta hang up for a little bit longer, yeah. No, 1. Okay.
This is complicated.
She had a rough go with it, so I've posted videos on my social of her trying to use the rotary phone.
It did really well on social media, too. It made a lot of people laugh. So, yeah, go check that out. Ryder FM is where he posted it. There was even a comment underneath, because you also put it on TikTok. And one of the top comments was like, imagine trying to win a radio contest having to use a rotary phone. Like, how blessed are we to have speed dial now?
No kidding.
Kids have no idea.
But highly recommend you getting your kids to try to use technology that they have never seen before. Really good time.
My story is about an Australian farmer. His name is Ben Jackson, and he was stuck in lockdown in New South Wales. He was unable to attend the funeral of his auntie Deb after she lost her battle with cancer in Brisbane. So he couldn't make it, but he was like, how can I pay homage to my aunt who I love so much? Now, he has a lot of sheep, and an idea came to him. He knows that when he draws shape in the land, the sheep would gather. So in the actual dirt, he ended up making this massive heart on his farmland, and the sheep gathered and made the shape of a massive heart. And he caught all of this footage with his drone and had that available to show everyone at the funeral.
Wow.
Through a video.
That's cool. And now
Isn't
it's
that
making
amazing?
like worldwide news.
Well,
so.
that's exactly it. And the amount of sheep he has to build this huge heart. Whoa.
Tell me something good.
The only story about sheep I've been thrilled to hear this year.
Okay.
Wow. All right, my story is about a ham radio operator.
What's that?
Those little handheld radios. Like,
I thought you said ham.
Yeah, that's what they call them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Is ham radios.
Cool.
So I looked up what ham stands for. I thought it might be like hand automated. No, it's not, they just call them ham radios for no reason.
All right.
Anyway, there was a guy who was a big fan of his ham radio, always had it on him. And he's been able to have conversations with like people as far as South Africa to the space station.
Whoa.
Just because he's been around when somebody checked in to see if they could get frequency, right? Well, he ended up hearing somebody who sounded like they were distressed check in to see if anybody was listening. He happened to be, so responded and said, like, I feel like I recognize your voice.
What?
It turned out to be another ham radio fan. There's probably not too many of them. So he recognized his voice, and the guy had a stroke and was on his kitchen floor and couldn't get to his phone, so used his strapped on ham radio that he had on his belt to try to get someone's attention.
How far away was this guy?
Like, they're in completely different parts of the States.
Oh, wow.
So he ends up finding out the guy's information through social or whatever, like exactly where he lives, sent 911 over there, and they saved the guy's life. All because he carries this silly ham radio that I'm sure his like grandkids make fun of, and just saved a life with it.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me something good.
With Drake releasing new music, I thought it might be a good time to pay tribute. Mm-hmm. Every time this guy releases new music, it's just an album that's packed with incredible tracks.
Yeah, so I think that you need to dust off your recorder and play some Drake for our audience. So what about Hold On, We're Going Home? Can you play that?
Yeah, I can. It's a little bit slow, though. I like
what about
some...
Nice for What?
Ooh.
Or In My Feelings? What else is good? Hotline Bling.
Yes.
Can you do that one?
Yes, I'll do that one.
Ryder's recorder. Ryder has no actual skill.
It has a lot of just elements of the song where I can get really into the recorder playing.
Good thing you stretched first. Very nice.
Thanks. Forgot how that takes my breath away when I'm playing that. And I don't know if it's because I use a lot of wind or it actually is just hits me emotionally.
Oh, yeah.
So it takes my breath away like that.
Play 107.
Man, saying you're going to like bring an item back gets people talking.
Yeah, McDonald's knows exactly what they're doing. It has been announced that it is, in fact, the spicy chicken nuggets, McNuggets, that they've returned. But they know that everybody's going to be wanting the McPizza.
Well, every time we even bring up what's something you'd like to see make a comeback, it's
always
on
that.
the show. That's
So,
like probably one of the top answers.
Their marketing team knows this. They know that we want the pizza.
But I think that it would be too hard to bring in all the ovens. I think there are a bunch of reasons to me that they're too big of an operation and it's going too well as is that they would change their business plan entirely. What's up, man?
So I worked at McDonald's when the best pizza was ever made. I haven't worked there since 1993, but there's so much stuff that McDonald's has sitting in storage that is almost brand new equipment because they change the menu staging process so many times.
So coming from somebody who used to work there, who's supportive of it and not calling us to say it was a pain in the ass, don't even try to advocate for it, I think this is a win for pizza lovers everywhere.
100% it is. And here's the thing. When I worked at the second busiest McDonald's in Edmonton before they expanded all of the other places, I worked in St. Albert at the bottom of the hill, right beside the St. Albert Center, so we were busy. And when we were busy, we made lots of pizzas. So waiting 2 to 3 minutes at the most, we were cooking those pizzas like a mother.
There you go.
How big? I'm just trying to figure out, like, I'm thinking of a McDonald's kitchen. How big would the unit used to cook, the pizza oven, be in size?
The pizza oven itself was a little bit bigger than a wide deep freeze. So it was about 2.5 to almost 3 feet wide and about 8 feet tall.
What kind of pizzas were on the menu?
We offered Supreme, which had sausage, green pepper, onion. That was amazing. And pepperoni, Hawaiian as standard. Cheese was a no-brainer. It was freaking amazing. I love that pizza.
But here's the other reason I don't think it's going to happen is there are so many ingredients on that pizza that they don't have to have in store. They don't have to ship to the stores right now.
The only extra thing that we had to bring in was the meat, so the sausage, the pepperoni. The only other difference was the shredded trees. Cheese, should I say? I can't even talk today.
Shredded cheese.
Cheese. There you go. I made you laugh. I made your Tuesday.
Oh, that is my favorite part of this call.
And then the crust was frozen, just like the buns were, and all you had to do is thaw it.
All right.
So it wasn't a lot, but it worked very well, and we sold a crap ton of pizza, like we did.
If you were going to put some odds on it, a percentage chance of pizza returning to McDonald's, what would you guess?
I think it's probably an 85% chance.
We need to talk about ivermectin, which is the horse dewormer that anti-vaxxers are using. Some anti-vaxxers are using.
Yeah, not all, obviously.
They think it's a form of protection against COVID. It, like I said, is a horse dewormer. So we don't know much about it, but we know who would. A horse person.
By the way, we like to call them little hisses around here. If you didn't know, now you know. Little hisses.
So we're going to get in touch with Katie Dane, a local influencer, and pick her brain on this.
Hello.
Hello,
Hey.
Katie. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. We needed a certified horse girl for today.
A certified horse girl, that's me.
Can you tell us about what exactly it is that people are trying to put in themselves to fight off COVID?
Yes, okay, so ivermectin, in the way that I've ever handled it and used it, is like the plastic tube, and it's a syringe, and you buy it, and it's supposed to be apple flavored, but I'm pretty sure it's disgusting. And it comes out as this like thick paste, like basically like the consistency of toothpaste. So you shoot it in the back of your horse's mouth, and then they like make this awful face, and it gets all over, and it gets all over your hand, and it's disgusting. So I cannot imagine putting that in your own mouth willingly.
I saw that there were some pharmacies that were showing that they were sold out of this antibiotic because people are coming in and buying it in bulk, and they go to the counter and they're not even talking about the horse that they own. So the pharmacists are like, we know what these people are doing.
Yeah. So I think they were like, oh, you have to show a picture of you and your horse in order to buy it. And then someone on Twitter was like, who carries around a picture of their horse? And I was like, oh man, that's like my phone back screen. Like, I would be fine.
Obviously, you're not a horse person if the background on your phone isn't of your horse.
I bet it's going to be like the Calgary Stampede where there's a lot of like fake cowboys dressing up in their cow gear walking in like chick-ching, chick-ching, chick-ching.
But what would a fake horse girl have on her? Would she be wearing those pants? Like, how would you pretend?
You'd be able to spot out the fake horse girl. My guess is from the buckle. They just have one of those old ones from like Hollister instead of like one you could eat dinner on.
It would be from Le Chateau.
Yeah.
I wear my like riding pants out a lot, like to go get groceries and stuff. So I feel like that would be like a real horse person if they look like dirty and smelly. Probably the smell. That would be my like.
So you definitely don't recommend ingesting into your human body for any reason, hey?
No. So like in all seriousness, the reason why it kills the worms in horses is it has something that like paralyzes the ions in the worms. But if you take that as a human, and you don't have worms in your body because you're not a horse eating like gross things all day, it like paralyzes your neurotransmitters in your body. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but basically it's not good for you.
Well, it doesn't sound good for me. Anytime anybody's like, hey, do you want this horse blank? I'm like, no.
At a party.
And my God, it would taste so bad. Like I cannot even imagine. And the thickness of it, like it would be all over your mouth. It would be gross.
If somebody offers it to me would it be appropriate an appropriate response to say nay?
Nay. That's pretty bad.
We were just talking with our certified horse girl, that being Katie Dane, who is a local influencer and just all-around terrific person, about ivermectin, which is the dewormer for horses that for some reason people are thinking is a good idea to use for the fight against COVID.
Yeah, Chantel wrote in because I called it an antibiotic. And she's like, it's not, it's a dewormer. Just wanted to let you know that.
Okay,
and
thank you.
It's good to know that information. I don't own a horse, so I wouldn't know.
So it sounds like at pharmacies now, they're quite aware of the demand of this stuff. And so they're making people prove that they have a horse. And I said there's going to end up being a lot of Calgary Stampede type cowboys that are, getting dressed up in what they think is cowboy gear and going down and trying to put on a bit of a show in order to try to get this stuff.
Yeah. And if you do have a horse, it's very easy to prove that you own a horse because you have thousands of pictures of your horse in your phone.
Right. So we just thought, with the fake cowboys rolling into pharmacies, let's see how hyper aware a pharmacist would be and see if we can't call in and get some of this stuff.
Good idea.
Pharmacy, Brett speaking.
Oh, howdy.
Hi there.
Just wondering if you got any of that ivermectin installed. Hey, easy over there, bimbo. Sorry, that was my horse.
Oh, he hung up. Bimbo? I thought we agreed on Blondie.
Oh, I knew it started with a B. I wasn't paying attention.
Gosh, get it right.
When you picked your horsey name.
Buttercup.
So there is a new seasoning that has people a little twisted up. Did you hear about this?
Everything bagel.
No.
Seasoning.
That has everybody pumped. This is Twix, like chocolate bar seasoning.
Oh, so it's like powdered chocolate, caramel.
Yeah. Yeah, it just
cookie
tastes like
crumble.
So everything is going to taste like the candy bar.
Whoa, I'm going to purchase one of those and just keep it in my middle console of my car.
Just every time you're getting a little tired, give her a little shake.
That'll be my red light snack.
So here's the thing with this is if you think about it like something like cinnamon or sugar and what you would sprinkle that on, right. I could see it being really good. And I just don't think we've dove into this sweet seasoning world enough. I think this is going to be big.
What are you going to put it on your pizza?
No, like your hot chocolate on top of the whipped cream.
Ice cream.
Sundays.
Okay, but actually though, I think it would work on pizza. Everybody's doing this whole truffle oil, honey drizzle on pizza, and it's so good.
No, unless it's a Treatza pizza, then maybe. But that's already got chocolate on it.
Love Treatza.
Come on,
pizza.
you got to get off the thinking of putting it on things that normal seasoning go. Okay. Like popcorn, I could say yes.
Yes.
Chocolate and popcorn goes good
Absolutely.
together.
A little bit of butter in there so it sticks to the popcorn.
Exactly.
That's what's up.
This actually could take off. Like we could be seeing more companies follow suit and come out with their own seasonings. It's an arena that has been left untapped at this point.
But how do you even beat Twix?
Yeah, they kind of started with... They should have started with one of their crappier chocolate bars.
Something boring.
Yeah, like just a straight-up Hershey, and then work their way into the Twix game.
Yeah, I appreciate starting off strong. I'm just saying the Twix is going to be their top seller. You can't top it.
Well, and here's... you can't top it. It's a seasoning shake.
Good one.
But get this. When you buy one, comes in a pack of 2.
There's not enough, though. There's never enough Twix. No, I get the joke that there's 2 chocolate bars, but my joke is that 2 isn't enough.
Okay.
My gosh.
Okay, 107.
Your next chance to play Ryder and Lisa's $20,000 Play That Tune is at 9:10 a.m.
That's in 20 minutes. We got $300 to give away.
I believe you're right.
Yep.
All right, we're on this no deodorant challenge, but you've already broken the rules.
Well, I forgot about it. I mean, we're on day 1. Give me a break. It's habit. You grab your deodorant after you brush your teeth or while you're brushing your teeth.
So you
swipe.
You slathered her on one side.
Just one side, which actually might be an interesting test.
True.
You know?
because we're hearing deodorant, your body doesn't really need it. So why would you put those chemicals on you, right? And I mean, some people are going to be like, no, my body needs it. And maybe that's the case. If you're excessively stinky, go for it. But I've never been a stinky person. I think I could transition to no deodorant at all.
I'm also a person that doesn't wear deodorant.
You are?
I am, and I used to, and I did the whole, natural route, and eventually your body just, you don't need it anymore.
See, I truly believe that with a bunch of stuff.
Now, Marlo, do you still sweat a lot, or has that even declined?
Okay, no, that's declined as well, but I changed my diet. But also, too, in the summer when you do tend to sweat a little bit more, I keep a natural deodorant on hand just in case, and I've had to use it maybe twice this summer.
This summer was a hot one.
Yep, yeah, I used that 2 or 3 times for sure. But for the most part, you don't really need it, and deodorants are really toxic to your body. So I switched my husband and my son all to natural. If they insist on wearing it, then, do me the favor and at least wear these ones. I go to the gym. I'm in yoga. I've never had an issue, or no one's ever told me anyways, but it's definitely a good thing. And I really want to try the shampoo thing you talked about.
Yeah.
Not wash my hair and see what happens.
Yeah, you'll go through a phase of greasiness for sure, but then I think your body starts to, do its thing and make it look beautiful. I don't know how long that would take, but I bet there's tons of blogs of people that have done it that you could look into.
For the most part, yeah, your body can actually take care of itself pretty good.
I agree. Lisa always gets mad because I refuse to put on lip chap, even if my lips are a little bit dry, but I know if I do, I'm going to need it again the next day.
I just got my husband off a lip chap addiction of years.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was wearing it constantly, all day, every day, having to reapply. And I'm like, you have to stop. And we did, and he's good now. But yeah, that's a bad one, actually.
Thank you so much for taking the time to give us a call. We hope you have a great day.
Yeah, thank you for talking to me.
Ryder and Lisa.
Brought to you by Southtown Hyundai.
Play 107.